First of all, I'll congratulate Sofia Qureshi and Vyomika Singh. This day belongs to them and the entire Operation Sindhoor team. You have given us and India the motivation. It's like another Diwali for us. So I seriously admire them. And in this video specifically, I'm talking about how propaganda is being spread by Pakistan, and there are many Twitter accounts which they are creating and spreading fake information on India. So be cautious and be aware that this is happening. So, and also in this video I'll be posting exactly what they say and what is propaganda. Now none of the countries in the globe believe Pakistani leaders, and it's not about the citizens there but about the leaders. Even the citizens want their leaders to change, and they want Pakistan to improve in a certain direction, but the leaders there are completely terrible. The Pakistan is a terrorist state, and we all have to agree that, and they're sponsoring terrorism. So here are the videos, and at the end the entire video is dedicated to Qureshi and the Operation Sindhoor. They have done such a great job. Congratulations, and there is a relief now. Let me make it very clear, there are no terrorist camps in Pakistan. Pakistan is a victim of terrorism. We are
believe
fighting
people in the Pakistani government, Pakistani intelligence agencies knew that bin Laden was living there?
We think that there had to be some sort of support network for bin Laden inside of Pakistan. But we don't know who or what that support network was. We don't know whether there might have been some people inside of government, people outside of government, and that's something that we have to investigate, and more importantly, the Pakistani government has to investigate. And we've already communicated to them, and they have indicated they have a profound interest in finding out what kinds of support networks bin Laden might have had.
I don't think, now this is my opinion, I'm not backing this up with hard facts, I don't think General Kiani knew that. I don't think that the leadership, I don't think there was a plan on where he was. But this was 700 meters from the gates of West Point. Now, who knows what 700 meters from the gates of our West Point, but the reality is it was a very distinct compound. It was like that funny house at the end of the street where people didn't act the same as everybody else in the neighborhood, in an area where people are not naturally trusting. So somebody facilitated something. Now, I sort of buy into the idea that the ambassador and I were talking. It probably was not official, but it could be someone who's got relationship with official, who's actually providing the help. And there is a failure to ask questions that needed to be asked. There's a failure to do due diligence.
Short answer, if you read President Pervez Musharraf's book, he talks about Al-Libi, Abu Faraj al-Libi being found in Abbottabad. And he says at that time there were 3 houses that were Al-Qaeda houses that we discovered. Well, if this was one of those houses, why didn't they keep monitoring it subsequently is a big question. That said, it is not conducive to my health and well-being. And well-being to answer this question.
You're an American professor now. It's okay.
Hey, but I'm still a Pakistani citizen. You know, they could, and that's the only citizenship I have. So I think I've said enough.
Sir.
Operation Sindhoor was launched by Indian Armed Forces to deliver justice to the victims of Pahalgam terror attack and their families. 9 terrorist camps were targeted and successfully destroyed. Over the last 3 decades, Pakistan has systematically built terror infrastructure. It is a complex web of recruitment and indoctrination centers, training areas for initial and refresher courses, and launch pads for handlers. These camps are located both in Pakistan as well as Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir areas. They are distributed from Savai Nala in the north, counting to approximately 21, ending at Bhagalpur to the south, was based on credible intelligence inputs and role of these facilities in perpetrating the terror activities. The locations were so selected to avoid damage to civilian infrastructures and loss of any civilian lives.
बरनाला कैंप बिम्बर ये एलओसी से 9 किलोमीटर दूर है। यहाँ पर हथियार हैंडलिंग, आईईडी व जंगल सर्वाइवल का प्रशिक्षण केंद्र था। यह एलओसी से 13 किलोमीटर दूर है। लश्कर तौयबा का फिदाइन यहाँ तैयार होता था। इसकी कैपेसिटी 15 टेररिस्ट को ट्रेन करने की थी। अब मैं पाकिस्तान के अंदर के टारगेट से अवगत कराना चाहूँगी। सर्जिकल कैंप सियालकोट, यह अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सीमा से 6 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर है, सांबा कठुआ के सामने। मार्च 2025 में जम्मू एंड कश्मीर पुलिस के 4 जवानों की जो हत्या की गई थी, उन आतंकवादियों को इसी जगह पर ट्रेन किया गया था। दूसरा, महमूना जाया कैंप सियालकोट, यह 18 से 12 किलोमीटर आईबी से दूर था। हिजबुल मुजाहिदीन का बहुत बड़ा कैंप था। यह कठुआ जम्मू क्षेत्र में आतंक फैलाने का नियंत्रण केंद्र था। पठानकोट एयरफोर्स बेस पर किया गया हमला भी इसी कैंप से प्लान और डायरेक्ट किया गया था। मरकज ताइबा मुरीद के 18 से 25 किलोमीटर दूरी पर है। 2008 के मुंबई हमले के आतंकी भी यहीं से प्रशिक्षित हुए थे। अजमल कसब व डेविड हेडली भी यहाँ ट्रेन हुए थे।
आगे दूसरा आया। आ गया सर, इम्पैक्ट।
मरकज सुभान अल्लाह भावलपुर, यह इंटरनेशनल बाउंड्री से 100 किलोमीटर दूर है। जैश ए मोहम्मद का मुख्यालय था। यहाँ पर रिक्रूटमेंट, ट्रेनिंग व इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन का केंद्र भी था। शीर्ष आतंकी अक्सर यहाँ आते थे। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
A niche technology weapons with careful selection of warheads was ensured so that there will be no collateral damage. The point of impact in each of the target was a specific building or a group of buildings. All the targets were neutralized with clinical efficiency, and the results reiterate the professionalism of the Indian Armed Forces in the planning and execution of their operations. No military establishments were targeted. India has demonstrated considerable restraint in its response. However, it must be said that the Indian Armed Forces are fully prepared to respond to Pakistani misadventures, if any, that will escalate this situation. Jai Hind, and thank you very much.